Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I did this really simple matte neutral eye look here. If you'd like to see how I got it, then here comes the intro. Bye.
Hey there beautiful, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I did this look here. It's an all matte eye look with a natural face. If you'd like to see how I did it, then please keep on watching. It kind of like sculpts the eye in a matte way. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, if you're wondering why my hair is curly today, my sister is my hairdresser and she curled it, but then I had a nap in it. So if you can see any straight bits, like I kind of like slept on the back a bit and there's some straight bits in there. If it looks janky in any way, it's not because my sister did a bad job. It's because I literally slept on the curls and kind of ruined them. My hair's very straight, like it falls straight very quickly after it's been curled, which is very tragic because I love the look of curly hair. I am so jealous of anyone with any hair texture because my hair is straight. And should I hide this piece somehow? I don't want to see the straight hair. I want to pretend that I have curly hair. I just think curly hair is so exciting and pretty, and just makes everything look more pretty. Straight hair, I'm over it. Sorry to everyone with straight hair. I live a straight hair life every day, and you know, nothing wrong with straight hair. It can look very like sleek on like occasions, but like, I don't know, I've had it every day for the whole life that I've lived, so you know, I'd love to switch it up. Anyway, I'm applying primer. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Just applying this with a dense brush and working it into the skin, working around my face. It isn't my favorite primer or anything, but you know, it's the one I've been using. I have a pimple here, which I tried to pop earlier and it didn't even pop. So great, I've irritated it. I shouldn't have even been trying to pop it. So I accept the guilt. Yes, I did the wrong thing and tried to pop my pimple. You shouldn't pop your pimples, but I was feeling crazy and I just decided to give it a go. Don't do it, guys. It wasn't a smart choice. I'm going in with the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 hour foundation. I'm going in with, I think I'll go 2 pumps and I might go in with a 3rd pump later if I feel like it. This foundation, I feel like, doesn't that match my skin like pretty well? I feel like it anyway. This is the Rimmel one with the red top, by the way. I really like Rimmel foundations. I feel like I've always got like multiple Rimmel foundations in my foundation collection just because they're affordable, they work well, they do the job, and the skin tones generally, like, this is like a yellowy undertone, kind of matches me, kind of suits my skin. I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion, but yeah. And they last well enough on the skin. You know, usually I'd go for 3 pumps, but today, other than that one little breakout there, which isn't that little, I don't know, like, kind of looks like a mountain on camera. Other than that, my skin's doing pretty well today, and so I kind of feel like I don't want to put on as much foundation. I know, shocking. Who am I? I'm usually like a 3 pump person, but today we're shocking. I'm going for 2. But just watch me conceal my whole face after anyway. So now I'm going to conceal. I'm just going in with this same brush for everything because it's a good brush and it's nice and dense and I like working in face product with it. Let's like a little bit go down the neck. See, if I had 3 pumps, it'd probably be easier to like have enough product left to work down the neck, but whatever. This is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. Mine's in the shade Vanilla 326. I'm just going to put that much on because I put on like heaps yesterday and it was like kind of a lot. So I'm just going to work this from the eye area, like the under eye, across and out to like kind of lift the eye area. And I'm also going to work it downwards around the nose just because the nose area is like somewhere I get a lot of redness peeking through sometimes. So I'm just going to brighten that area. Any leftover on my brush, I'm just going to take on my eyelid. Yeah, that's not like too bright. I'm actually going to take that also on my pimple. It didn't really help that much. I don't really care. If the pimple shows through, surprise, I have a pimple. It's not a big of a deal. I really like this concealer. Totally recommend it. It's one of my preferred drugstore concealers. I've never actually owned a high-end concealer. I know, that's so shocking. Because I go through like face products like foundation and concealer so regularly. I always go for drugstore ones because if I went through 5 drugstore foundations in a year, it's okay. But if I went through 5 high-end foundations in a year, ooh, it would kind of be too much out of my budget. So yeah, I stick to drugstore. And you know what? There are so many great foundations at the drugstore. I never feel like I'm struggling with nice foundations. Like I always feel like my foundations are fine. You know, sometimes I don't love them as much as some other foundations, but I have quite a few faves at the drugstore. I'm trying to find my powder. Oh, here it is. So the powder I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. This is an ASMR moment. Probably wasn't that ASMR. I actually don't watch ASMR videos on YouTube. Nothing against them. I just like, it's not something I like search for or look for. I'm looking for my powder brush. Here it is. This is the Nude by Nature number 11, I believe. It's like a mineral powder brush. I've picked up way too much powder. There we go. I kind of start packing on the powder over my eyes first because that's where I want to set my concealer the most. And then I work the powder to the outside areas of my face because that's where I don't, like, I do want to set my whole face, but I don't care as much about the rest of my face as much as, like, I want to set the concealer because concealer is, like, a damp area that can, like, move more. I like to set my whole face because it means that I feel like my bronzer and, like, blush and highlight doesn't become patchy. It kind of applies more smoothly and doesn't, like, stick to the damp foundation underneath, if that makes sense. What was I talking before? I can't even remember now. It was, like, 5 seconds ago and I've lost my train of thought because I interrupted myself. I mean, editing me is probably like, come on, Emily. But I've actually lost it. I feel like in my videos, I'm like talking about so many different things as I'm doing my makeup. And then like I think about something else as I'm doing my makeup and then I lose the original track of thought. Like every time I'm editing, I'm like, wow, I really didn't dive in and like talk deeply about that topic because I distracted myself and move on. It's okay. Oh yeah, ASMR stuff on YouTube. Yeah, I don't really watch ASMR videos as much. I'm not opposed to it. It's just like not stuff that I typically watch. I watch a lot of like makeup YouTube. It's probably pretty evident. Where is the lid? Oh, it's here. Okay, I'm gonna bronze my face now. I really love bronzer, so watch me go really ham with it. I am king of not trusting the process. My friend Erica's messaging me. Yay. I'm gonna hang out with Erica tomorrow. We're gonna go stunt together. I'm just using this really really well loved Urban Decay Beach Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. It's just like a really nice matte, warm, bronzy shade. And yeah, I'm king of not trusting the process. Every time I start bronzing my face, I'm like, oh my goodness, this looks really intense and like, did I go too hard? I regret it. But every time I freak out when I apply my bronzer or my face products without the eye products because like I am not used to my, like I prefer my face once I've done my like eyeliner and brows and stuff. And every time at the end, I'm happy with the way it came out and I'm like, oh, that was like actually fine amount of bronzer. That is why I always apply my bronzer like this because it applies and then it works out fine in the end. But as I'm doing it, I never trust the process. I always freak out and I always go, whoa, that's a lot of bronzer. Like, that looks really scary to me and it's fine in the end every time. I just need to trust the process more. So today I'm not going to freak out that this is a lot of bronzer because I like a lot of bronzer and in the end I'm going to be grateful that I went ham with bronzer. I'm going to go on my hairline too. I love to bronze everywhere. The thing is, if I don't go ham now, then when I finish my face I'm going to be like, wow, something's a little off. Why didn't I go harder with the bronzer? So I need to go for it. I need to trust the process. I can trust the process with eyeshadow most of the time. Like, I feel a little weird when I've done my eyeshadow and haven't done my eyeliner yet. But when I do face products, I always look at them and I'm like, wow, that looks really not what I planned. I just got bronzer all over my pants. I'm actually not wearing the matching pants to this satin like pajama top. I'm actually wearing different pajama bottoms. I know, just like a YouTuber. Wow. The pajama bottoms I'm wearing are like my pink onesie bottoms from my Hello Kitty onesie and I just got bronzer all over her. No. Oh well, it'll come out in the wash. I feel like my onesies wash really well. Like I stain them a lot and I cover them in stuff and they always wash out really well and there's no stains on them. I'm just trying to cover this one straight hair at the front. Get out of here. I want to have a curly hair day. Yeah, I'm so excited to have curly hair, even though it's probably going to last about 24 hours. My sister does a really good job. I don't know how hairdressers do it, Because, like, if I curl my own hair, it instantly falls out. When she curls my hair, like, other than that piece that I slept on, it, like, lasts a long time. And I just don't understand the skills that it takes to make that happen. I don't have the skills, that's why. I'm using some blush now, and this blush that I'm using is from MAC. It's called Pinch Me. And it's a cute little, I don't know, it adds a little rosy, corally glow. It's not that corally of a blush. My blush preferences are on the coralier side. And yeah, I've been really enjoying using this blush recently. I'm like really digging in. I believe this is a sheer tone blush. Yeah, it is. This is one of their sheer tone blushes. The brushes I've been using for the blush and bronzer are pretty similar, but they have slightly different shapes. I don't think they're meant for blush and bronzer. I just use whatever brushes for anything, but they're both from Real Techniques. I have all of the old style Real Techniques brushes, and then they changed slightly the design of like the ferrule of the brush, like here. And so I stopped buying them because then they wouldn't match, and also I was like, I have enough brushes now. But now when they come out with new brushes, I'm always tempted because I'm like, that looks like a really cool new brush. Maybe I should add it to my collection. And then I stop myself. I'm like, no, I have enough brushes and it won't match the rest of my brush ferrules. And that would be a tragedy because I like them all, you know, matching, even though they don't actually all match. Like these two, like this is from a limited edition collection, but it is their old style of ferrule. Like it's the way the font is on the brush and stuff. I don't know. They like slightly changed the colors too, I believe. Like I feel like the orange, the newer one, maybe it's brighter. I could be like making it up. I haven't compared the meerkats. I like to brush. I like to blush my forehead as well. I feel like it's cute. Love it. Okay, let's go in with some eyeshadow because that is the exciting part. I'm going to bump over all my brushes apparently. I'm going in with all of the matte shades from the chocolate bar palette, the original Too Faced one that I use all the time, that you've seen 1,000 times before. And I'm not going to be using this, like, what's it called? Cherry Cordial shade down here, but all the neutral mattes, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one up here. I'm going to try use all of them today. I'm going to start off with white chocolate, that like large matte pan over here, and just dust that over the whole eye, just to set a nice base, just so that we have something even to work on. I don't always reach for white chocolate, but when I do, it really does set a pretty base for my look. It kind of brightens the eye, like it's lighter than my skin tone, so it's kind of like nice to pop colors on top of. It's like sets like a white canvas underneath. Next I'm going in with the shade Salted Caramel, and this is kind of like a warmer toned matte brown. This is gonna be like a really simple look today, like a simple matte smoky eye. I love mattes. I think they're pretty. So I'm just shoving this, that was kind of violent. I'm just popping this all over my crease. And it kind of like makes, even though I set the whole thing with that white chocolate shade, kind of makes my whole eye area match my skin tone again a bit better. You can probably tell. So I'm not shy with this. I'm putting it almost everywhere, but not all the way up to the brow bone. Because like, you know, I put on that white chocolate shade. I want it to bring a little bit of brightness to my face. I'm going to go in with milk chocolate here, which is like more of a neutral kind of contoury shade. I don't know. I'm going to contour my nose with this shade as well, actually. Let's do that now. I'm just going to go under and then down the two sides. That was like a really dodgy contour. You know what? It came out okay. It looks really brown right now, but I'm just going to dust off with the brush that I used to set my face and like blend it in with that. I feel like I have to put a little bit too much and then take it away, and then it makes me happy, if that makes sense. Okay, it looks kind of brown right now, but I'm just gonna leave it and see if I still like it when I highlight my nose, because sometimes I still like it when I highlight my nose. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. We're trusting the process. I really need to trust the process a bit more with my eye makeup, and not eye makeup, with my face makeup, particularly bronzery ones. So yeah, I'm just putting this all over through the crease again, just with that milk chocolate shade. Then I'm going in with Semi Sweet, and with each of these matte shades that I'm taking them on like a smaller area. So first of all, with the white chocolate, you know, the whole eye, then salted caramel, then milk chocolate, then semi-sweets like this, and then the end would be like triple fudge, just in the smaller area. And the area that gets the darkest shadow is always my outer corner, just because I feel like it opens up my eyes and like lifts my eye shape best. So that's where I focus the darkest pigment, and I try and keep the lightest area of the eye obviously up here and also on the inner corner, just to brighten the eye. I'll go in with a lighter shade later to brighten the inner corner and the mobile lid further, just to create like better dimension. So that's with semi-sweet, and now I'm going in with the darkest shade, which is triple fudge, which is actually the darkest shade in this palette, I believe. It's, you know, surprising to me that they didn't include a black with this palette, but I think that triple fudge does a really good job because it's a very buildable matte brown, and I feel like it's a little bit on the neutral cool tone side. But it's not too much that it ruins like a warmer tone look if you are doing a warm tone look and then use triple fudge. I'm just using the slightest amount, and as you can see, I'm kind of trying to focus it on the outer corner, and I'm just going to lift that a little bit more. And this is like obviously like a more intense darker shade, so I'm being a bit more careful with how I apply it and how I blend it and stuff. There we go. And so as you can tell, that's like created quite a bit of dimension on that eye. I'm going to copy the same thing hopefully on the other side, working that through my outer crease and working it towards the inner part of the eye a little bit, like that, kind of creating like deepness around my mobile lid. That's that little fold there. I hope this makes sense. And then I'm just going to blend it. I'm using the same brush for all of this just because I find it easy to like blend from light to dark. Just using one brush, it means I have less brushes to clean, and like if I'm using the darkest color last, it's okay. I can always grab another brush just to blend with. Just going to create a little bit more darkness out here. That's good enough in my opinion. It's not perfect, but neither am I. Perfect enough. I'm going to grab this random brush here. It's just a Real Techniques 203 brush, and I'm just going to do some blending just to make sure all the edges are diffused, and I like the way it looks nice and seamless. And I'm happy with that. I'm going to add a little bit more depth on this side actually. Just a little bit more. I'd rather add less and build it up than add too much and freak out and not trust the process. I'm going to lift this side a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, now that it's like this, I'm going to grab a little bit of concealer just on this little flat. It's kind of like a concealer brush really. It's like a small detailer brush. It's like flat. If you're wondering what this pen on my arm is, today when I was in class, we were writing on laminated sheets of paper using pens, like Sharpie pens, but I kept writing before it had dried and I got it all over my hand and forearm. Good for me. And I'm just going to pack a little bit of that concealer over the mobile lid, and I'm going to set it with one of the eyeshadows. So just grabbing concealer. I don't want to grab too much because this concealer, like a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to take that on the mobile lid where I would like it to be brighter. Just a little bit. And kind of blending that out, because if I leave it with a raw edge, it will stay like that. So that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just taking a little bit and working it around. I'd rather grab too little than too much because I can always put more on, but I can't as easily take it off. See, I want to like kind of harsh a line where my mobile lid ends. So I kind of create the line that I want there. But I would like a softer line where it fades into the dark part of my outer corner, just because if it's a harsh line there, it looks kind of strange. So then I use my finger and just kind of like smudge that edge so that it blends into the other end of my eye. Just gonna put this concealer back together. Okay, now I'm going to go with the same brush. Can I do that? Yeah, I'm going to. I'm grabbing I'm grabbing white chocolate and just packing that over the center of my eye again. Just setting that shade that we just placed, just to keep the area bright. Usually I would go in with like a shimmery shade here, but today I'm really working hard to keep this look matte. I rarely do an all matte look, so this is really pushing the envelope for me. No, I'm kidding, it's not. It's the same kind of eye shapes that I always go for in my eyeshadow looks. But You know, it's fun, new and exciting. Should I do an inner corner highlight? I feel like I shouldn't. I want to keep it like quite matte. Okay. That is the eye look. I'm going to run away now and go and do my liner, my lashes, and my brows because you've seen me do those a gazillion times. So I'll just go and do those off camera and I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back from liner and lashes and brows. I feel like lashes and liner, such a difference. I'm actually going to highlight my face, but not too much, just a lot. So I'm going to go in with this light highlighter shade from the palette. It's called Champagne Truffle and it's like a pinkier champagne highlight. That's a bad description. I'm going to go in with this angled setting brush from Real Techniques and I'm going to take this on the high points of my face. You can see it just like is so bright and it makes my blush look not as intense. You know, this is the part where the cheeks really come together in my opinion. So I had to trust the process so I could get to this part. I don't want to take it too much around the eye area just because I do want to keep that eye area really matte. So like usually a lot of the time you see me taking highlighter on my forehead. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to keep it on the high points of the cheeks, which is just something I just can't live without. A lot of the time I'd highlight my brow bone, but I feel like there was enough matte white chocolate shade that I applied in the beginning of my eyeshadow that's going to be okay without. But I just want my cheeks to be glowy. I always want my cheeks to be glowy. And it also makes my blush and bronzer and everything, it looks better. I'm going to use my ring finger and I'm just going to take this down the center of my nose to pull my nose together. It just makes it look more lifted and cute, and like I like to put a huge blob on the middle and it just lifts it. And now my nose contour doesn't look bad to me. That looks good enough. Let's do a little bit on the cupid, so not too much there, just yeah, just a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's like enough highlight that I feel like I'm glowing. Maybe I'll just there we go. Now I'm going to go in with some lip product. Let's moisturize the lip first. It's been really cold here in Sydney, for me anyway. I'm always cold. So I'm just gonna moisturize my lips. This is the Burt's Bees lip balm in the hydrating coconut and pear scent. Ooh, yum. It's the one with the white lid. And now I'm going to go in with my lipstick if I can find it. I just had it. Oh, here it is. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. I didn't realize this was part of the Infallible range. I love the Infallible products from L'Oreal. Anyway, it's from their Les Chocolates collection. And this one is in the shade 844 Sweet Tooth, and I most definitely do have a sweet tooth. It has a doe foot applicator that looks like this, very similar to the Maybelline liquid lipstick applicator, and this one has a slight, like, I want to say a little bit of a coffee chocolate scent. Like, it smells like chocolate, but it also smells a little bit like coffee to me. I'm just using this angled doe foot applicator. How cool is that? It's like, it's angled, and I thought I'd use the chocolate one today because I use the chocolate bar palette, and this is the kind of nude I'm into. Like a matte nude that's, oh, it tastes like chocolate. Yum. That's got a little bit of like warmth to it. I just added a little bit in the center of the lip and I'm just going to smush my lips around so that I don't have like a really thick application of it. Kind of, sorry about the gross lip sound effects. It kind of turns it into a satin lip. Like, I feel like by applying lip balm immediately before liquid lipstick, it doesn't mean the lipstick's going to last as long just because it does have that little bit of like extra slip underneath the liquid lipstick. But it's much more comfortable and natural and I don't know, it's just a bit more satin on the lips, but I'm into that. I think that looks fine. Okay, I think that's a completed look. Let's use some setting spray. I always forget to use setting spray on camera. I do use setting spray in my day-to-day life, but on camera, I'm always like, oh, the face is done. And I forget to do the invisible step of setting spray, which sets your face, and I like to use lots of it because who cares? This one is the L'Oreal Infallible Magic Setting Spray. It looks like this. Yeah, I like it since it's a long-lasting setting spray for an all-day matte finish. Well, I've got a matte eye on today, so I'd love an all-day matte finish. But yeah, this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed it. I had lots of fun today, especially tasting that delicious chocolate lipstick. Yum. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to see from me in future down below. I upload very frequently, so there's loads of videos coming if you'd like to subscribe to see more. And hopefully I'll see you in one of my future videos soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Toodles!
Here are some shots of the completed look. This is kind of the basic idea of where I put dark and light shades when I do most of my eye looks. I hope you enjoyed how this came out. It's a really simple, easy look, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!